Mensch and Bowles do the ruck work. Mensch gets it down, leg through the middle. Doesn't sit for him, no. White, it does for him, and he gets the kick away. Troy Smith to run onto it. Can't grab it at the first attempt. It falls past. It's okay to bait. Bandy season. Left foot kick out wide. Goes up towards McLeod. Over his head. Getting back there first was Normington. He's ripped off the football. Got it back though. McLeod gets it away. Forbes off a step. Goes towards the goal square. And Normington kicks the goal. Great start for Thomson in this third.
Still rucking against Bowles. Mensch finally got it down. Bonner dispossessed. Ball thrown out wide, kicked off the ground by the Thomson player. Comes back. They're trying to play around with it there. Leak bent down, picked it up, pushed it out. Davis picks it up, picks it for Winchelsea towards half forward, and leading up is Higgins once again. Higgins now just chips it to the lead. Donald it was. Gee, was he paid the mark? Yes, he was. And the way he's kicked two in the last quarter, every opportunity to...
This is a bit harder.
It's a bit further out, almost 50. Decides to go long and low. It's going. The pack got pushed forward, and the umpire has given all.
Against Bowles. Ball thrown in the air. Minch just waits in. Bowles taps it over the top. Picked up there by, I think it's Gardner coming in from the wing. Good tackle there for Don Mench. A run down from Mench. That's good work from the big fella. Bowles just a little bit slow on the uptake. And David Mench will now have the ball just back of their centre. So Mench will probably go long with the ball. That he does. Goes into the half-forward line. Goes looking for Higgins. Higgins gets taken under the ball. Gets through. Picked up there by Venables. Spins round. Goes forward. Coming out as Donald again. He can't pick the ball up at ground level. The umpire's going to come in and take possession. He's running around the outside. Now he comes. So the ball thrown in the air by the umpire. Ruck work's done. Comes down to ground. And it's going to be heading out, and O'Donoghue again, he picks the ball up, can't end up with Bonner. Bonner puts his head over the ball, goes back to Venables. Venables kicks round the corner and brings it back a little bit too far.
Likes to go short into the pocket. Oh, dangerous kick. Under pressure now. Stephen, that's a throw. Umpire said yes, it was.
Has to be.
Winchelsea will take the free kick. Drew Stephen kept the pressure on there against Gardner, and he will take the free kick in the right forward pocket, and he's on the right side because he's a left footer. And he's a pretty skillful player, Drew Stephen, as well. So he'll have half a chance here. On the boundary line. Pretty shallow pocket on that side, though, as he comes in and kicks at the eastern end of the ground. He comes in, left foot kick. And he has kicked the goal. There you go. And that's what he can do, Drew Stephen.
In the middle. Comes down to Mensch. Picks it up on the left foot towards half forward. They're in attack again, the Winch side. Not able to pick the footy up was... Drew Stephen does finally get it up round the body towards half forward. Thomson bring it back. Bowles takes the mark backward of centre. Gets a handball out wide. That's to Hutchison. He skims it along the boundary. That's a great pass and great mark there by Smith. Smith now calls players to run. He's run into trouble. Draws a player. Forbes gets a handball back. He's tackled. Now they're putting themselves under pressure. Thompson's leak. Bends down. Picks up the footy. Handball over the top. Good work. Out to Dunkley. Oh, there's a player on his own and he's found him. Venables. Goes back. Now chips it across the ground. Not too sure. He's looking for Higgins. Certainly had 3-4 to beat Higgins and does very well. Makes the contest, but the ball finally comes out for the Thomson side to Bowles. It's McLeod. It's a handball out wide. This time to Hutchison. Hutchison under pressure. Kicks towards half forward. Van der Klooster read the ball all the way. McLeod perhaps edged under that contest. Not able to be in it, but goes back to the corridor. Normington. One-handed mark. Middle of the ground. Ball meant for season. Now Normington goes long towards full forward. Forbes outmanoeuvred McKenzie on that occasion. And that's been a fantastic contest today, those two. Forbes already 3 to his name. McKenzie has done very well, but Forbes deep in the forward pocket. Wrong side for a left footer. The opportunity here to have the answering goal for Thomson. Forbes gone back on the monster run up. Comes in. Keeps it low. It's I've got to wait for the goal umpire. I reckon it's a goal. Yes, it is. So
the ball in the middle of the ground. Ball stepped down. Bowles comes through. He's hurt himself there. He doesn't look too well coming out of that contest. But now gravel into the cricket pitch. So So ball thrown here. Minch does ruck. Ball comes out. Vanderkluster taps over the top. Leak runs onto the ball. Has runners outside, and Season misses the target. But Season has time to go back and pick it up. He does so. Good tackle there from the opposition player. Umpire says he's released the ball. Is incorrect. And the free kick will go to, I think it's Watson there of the Thomson side. Transfers the ball back inside. Stephen McLeod's trying to get something run from the half back line. Picked up by Vanderkluster. He gets around his opponents. Handballs over the top to Leak. Wasn't clean with the ball, but went back and got it. Now goes in short. Looking for Donald. Usually with good hands. Spoil comes in, but good recover. Goes now on the hands, and it's picked up for Winchelsea by Higgins. Shoots at goal. And Thomson get one, and Winchelsea are quick to get it back again.
The middle. Bab in the middle for Bowles. Up against Mensch. Both get a hand to it. So Donahue tried to get it back towards Bab, the big fella. Tries to get it away, but Dunkley over the top of it. Davis runs through, leaves it behind. Leak comes in, as always, fighting hard for it. And the umpire lets it go. It comes to the back. O'Donoghue got it away under pressure to Walker. Off a step towards half forward. Who's that man again? Vanderkluster.
He just reads it beautifully.
Can anybody actually play on him? Mackenzie goes from half back to centre wing. He's their most important player, for God's sake. If you didn't know. Venables on centre wing. Got a bit of time to set it up. He just pops it up to Higgins, who takes the mark. Plays on quickly now. Goes to the lead. Out, and it's a great kick, but fantastic play at the back. But do the ruck work down there with Herman's off the ground, and Mensch playing a kick behind the play. Short throw in. The Babwar gets it down to White, only as far as Stephen. Can't take it with him, but his second effort was all right. Then he got pushed off the ball by White. Umpire said play on. Venables helping him out. Played for half a free kick, didn't get it. Punts. There it is. There it is. He popped it out, Venables. And Walker takes the free kick, goes towards half forward. Forbes against Mackenzie. Punched away by Mackenzie. And over the line.
Big pack of players. Mensch worked his way to the front. Vanderkluster came in to help. Ends up picking the footy up. Gets a handball clear. Ball, there's a high tackle surely on Bonner. And player saying he ducked. I don't think he ducked. He was trying to pick the footy up initially. The ball now, almost a great one-handed mark there in front of our commentary position by Gardner. Can't control it. Players hard at the footy. Pretty, very congested, extremely congested, very close to the boundary line now. It's over. The right boundary umpire to bring it in once again. Mensch, and on that occasion, Bab comes back to Mensch. Handball clear. Ran into trouble. Sawney gets the kick forward. Lands, bounces awkwardly. Forbes, he can't get away, nor can Hutchison. Now we've got news.
We must have a lot of viewers.
The ball tapped down there as McLeod ducked his head. Well, you duck your head today, you get a free kick, and that's. And he played
get
on.
another one there. That was a high tackle.
That was a legit one. Yeah. McLeod now. Jackson back into the corridor. Kiss takes the mark. 13.5 minutes gone in the quarter. 7-9 Thomson. Trail Winch 11-16.
O'Donoghue gets a short kick up, and there's a free kick. McLeod and Stephen have been at it for some time, and now there's a free for a change. Ball goes into the forward line. Mensch going back to the fly. The ball. Forbes over the top. Couldn't take the mark. Picked up there by Mackenzie. He's tackled. Actually, I think that was a one-handed coming out. Picked up in the forward pocket and run over the bench. Still in the forward pocket. Thompson's attacking into the ground. Ball goes up. Bad. Taps the ball down. Picked up quickly. Gets round the corner there by Wright. But unfortunately for him and the Chelsea. And we have ticked towards 15 minutes, third quarter, the Grandy Cycling Sports scoreboard. My second quarter.
Your second quarter. Kick in. Bayliss plays on, goes to the outer side looking for Vanderkluster. Second effort was fantastic. He got the ball away, but he couldn't get it to a Winchelsea teammate, and Bates chopped it off. Gives it away to Walker. Shrugs a tackle. Handballs over the top. White runs past it. Wilson's back there as well. White over the top of it for Thomson. Needs some support now. Hayden Forbes are also there, the umpire. Pulls the punts out quickly, and Season gets up and will take the free kick. So no reward for a bloke going to get the footy.
Don't go and get it. No. Let someone else get it.
Well, Normington might chop it off here too, and he does. So, and that's 50.
And 50.
No, half played for it, I think. The
doesn't matter. You can't touch him after they've taken the mark.
All right, don't take it out of me. I'm not the umpire.
That is a 50-metre penalty.
All right, well, he didn't give it. It's all right.
Well, I hope he kicks it anyway.
So Normington will shoot for goal. 45.
Been barraging for Winch all day. I hope he kicks it.
45 out, 45-degree angle. He comes in, western end of the ground, just to bring the margin back to 25. He kicked it. It's a good kick. So he's kicked his third, second of the quarter.
Inch two, I reckon.
Started the game like that.
Mensch got the tap down to Venables, can't pick it up, throws it out to Susan. He's tackled.
Let's hold the ball.
Pause.
Well,
It was
actually,
a big punch too, wasn't
he
it?
punched it away, but it was into the body, so a bit stiff, I think. But however, Jackson McLeod playing backward of the centre in this quarter. Goes towards half forward. Van
that's
der
a free
Kloester.
kick.
It's a free kick, if not the mark.
He's actually paid the mark.
So Van der Kloester now across the ground. Mackenzie on his own. Takes the mark. Chips it back inboard to Mensch. Mensch taking the mark. Mackenzie's run on. Accepts a handball. On the left foot, not a good kick. It'll get towards probably where he is. He's done a lot of work in the ruck today. He and Bowles are out of the game. Mensch pushes Bowles out. Takes the footy. Kicks it around the body. Only as far as Walker for Thompson. Walker across the ground. White leads the season in the race for the footy and wins it. Oh, good shepherd there.
Great shepherd.
For Thompson by Douglas. Now the ball to half forward, Van der Kloester. Doesn't he read the game
They've
well?
got to get it past this bloke.
So Van der Kloester chips it to Leak. Leak doesn't take the mark. Plays on, gets a handball out wide, gets flattened after he delivers a handball. It finally gets to Dunkley in the middle of the ground.
Mensch really wanted to run
Play
down here
on.
and get that, but he just couldn't.
So Dunkley travels the ball long into towards the half-forward line. Back of the pack, it's Walker. Picks the ball up, looks outside. Good kick, finds Bowles. Bowles quick to release the handball, goes out towards Hutchison. Kicks round the corner. Not too sure the kick was good because it's for 2-on-1 situations.
To get to the contest that he needs to get to.
So Mensch now with the ball. He's done the ruck work pretty convincingly there. Taps the ball down. Him ball goes round the corner. Kick off the ground there from Douglas. Van der Kloester might need to do a little bit of ruck work. Who knows? Ball up in the air. Mensch, fist, doesn't go too far. Leak puts his head over the ball, tries to pick it up, knocks it forward. Picked up there by Douglas again, spins out of trouble, goes on the left foot, looks inside. Was a nice looking kick. Couldn't be taken there by Gardner. Now it's picked up Forbes, and that's the big fella. Goes handballs back, ends up with Leak of Winchelsea. So now Winchelsea turn their defence into attack. Ball comes out. Murphy on the half volley, picks it up, kicks round the corner. Went looking for Sawney, couldn't mark him or couldn't find him. Gee, they play on quickly, Thompson. It must be part of their game plan to keep the ball moving. Walker goes by hand. Players step around. Handball comes out. Back
That's
towards
a bad one.
And Forbes, he's tackled, brought to ground. Sawney can't pick the ball up. Steve McLeod coming the other way. Releases the ball inside. Bowles went past him, couldn't pick it up. Kick off the ground by Dunkley. Ends up there with Davis. Davis can't pick it up. Bonner's down on hands and knees at the end of the cricket pitch. Umpire's got to come in and take possession. He's running outside.
His eyes off the ball, but his big mistake was he did it right in front of Johnny Mitchell.
So the ball goes forward. A good race of hands. Ends up with Dunkley. Dunkley a chip over the top into the forward line. Mark's not taken there by McClure. At ground level, picks it up, has time to steady. Goes back on the right foot, kicks round the goal. That's a great looking kick off the boot. He likes it. And he's not long been on the ground, and he's kicked his first goal. 12.
A lot of noise when Wench kick a goal.
Yeah, there is.
Back to the middle, Leak again. Couldn't get it out Bowles and tried a fresh air shot. Mensch in there fighting hard for it as well. And Mensch coming up over the top was Bowles. Couldn't take it with him. Season's there as well. Handball, back to Season, handball to Davis, under pressure on the cricket pitch area, goes to half forward, Venables to run onto it, got a hand to it, tapped on by Murphy, only as far as Melbourne, his handball across half back to Jacker, goes towards centre wing, Steve McLeod, Season against him, good play by Season, deliberate.
To pay that.
To be.
He had to pay that, but we still go, because we hate the
it had
decision.
to be. White,
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
White got it inboard to Bowles, who was held onto. He handballs it back outboard to White on centre wing, chips the ball in short, lowered his eyes and got it away to Bates. O'Donoghue with the no look, straight to Van der Kloester, can't take it though. At the back, Bayliss to Van der Kloester, wrapped up, got the handball free somehow, only as far as McLeod got his head ripped off. And we'll take the free kick 50 out from goal. So Jackson McLeod, who's kicked 1 goal, 2 today. And this for Thompson's 9th of the afternoon. Been playing 22 and a half minutes in this third term.
They're becoming important now, goals, don't they?
Close to siren time for three-quarter time. And McLeod comes in. Right foot kick, 50 out and 50 paid for over the mark, but it doesn't matter because he's put it through for a goal. So
Been on and off, I think. Hasn't had a lot of games that he's played. Front Bowles gets the tap down in fact, tapped the ball to himself. Luke Forbes attacks the footy, picks it up, kicks it towards half forward. McLeod going for the mark. Hayden Forbes back on the ground as Bowles and Mensch. Mensch takes the footy in the contest, goes towards the centre of the ground. Leak gets a punch on the footy. Thompson, the chip picked up, looking for Stephen McLeod. Follows up. Fend off, gets the ball inside to Forbes, who's run on, but the defence of Winchelsea working overtime, and they try to get the ball clear. Oh, White, almost a terrific mark running with the footy. They're all trying to do the individual things now, as I think Winch are prepared to concede are behind here, and they've done just that. So 9 goals, 11, 65. That's Thomson. 12-16-88 Winch. De Grande Cycle and Sport third quarter scoreboard, 25 minutes.
So the ball again in the fullback's position, kicked out short. Mensch just fills the hole, kicks round the corner, went quickly, went high. Forbes a chance, comes over the top and spoils it, heads at the boundary line.
Can't kick it high like
He's
that.
getting pretty tired though.
He's doing the ruck work, couldn't get there this time because he was held out. Ball picked up there and kicked forward by Wright into the forward pocket. Hall mark going back was a strong mark, and I'll give that to Matheson. So he did well there, Matheson. Had the first and second bite. Now kicks back to where the ball came from, out wide. Dunkley, Wilson, it is, out on the far side. And he takes the mark on the boundary line, very close to the boundary line. Looks like he's halfway up the hill then when his mark was taken. But it's now playing on there is Higgins, kicks back into the 2.5 forward position. Seasons pushed himself forward in the run. Ball comes out the back of the contest. Over the top of the ball is Murphy. He's being held up. He's lying on it. Umpire standing back and says, no attempt there. And it'll be Thomson who will again take possession of the ball. So the ball now to be chipped short, goes back into the centre of the ground. Kick wasn't good. Oh, geez. Mensch has got the young player there in Gardner.
Come on.
Well, if that's got him in the head, that's a report.
No.
If it's got him in the
It
head.
didn't get him in the head.
Hey?
It didn't get him in the
Then
head.
what was the free kick for?
Big body, I'm little body.
Who knows? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's all it was.
Well, he went down holding his head.
Oh.
Yeah, he landed on the ground, on his head, on the ground.
They all do that. They watch television too much, I told you that.
Yeah, of course they do.
Ball kicked in by Gardner. It's a nice looking kick to the half forward line. Forbes comes out, but
what's
going
that?
the other way was Leak. Oh, that was kicking
What's
in
that?
danger. That was definitely kicking in danger. Jackson McLeod had every intention to do the right thing, but didn't realise the other body was coming the other way, and it was Season. But I think Dunny Leak ended up with the ball, but he's got it. Comes out wide. Mark's taken. And taken there by Bayless. So Bayless now on the half back line for Winchelsea. But we just need to steady things down as we're heading towards the three-quarter time. Ground, kick to the coach. You're in again next week, mate. Mensch goes round. Plays on, puts himself under pressure, goes back to McLeod, back towards Bowles. Look out, here comes Mensch again. And it's ended up in the hands there of the Thomson player out wide. Now it's with McLeod. He can't take possession. Jackson McLeod has the ball. Long kick into the forward line. Forbes in the front. Great. McKenzie behind. He does well. He's been good in the contest there, the two of them. Season's running away from the ball. Couldn't watch it come in. Bayless has it. Steadies himself. It's a nice looking kick. Well, I thought it was a nice looking kick, but it's only into the Thomson nest of players. Picked up by Jackson McLeod. Handball comes out. Jacker. Now it's further afield. Running player through the middle of the ground there is Bates.
Went too long.
Yeah, tried to do a little bit too much there. McFarlane's got the tackle on. Ball comes out. Umpire says it's play on. Now it's in the hands of Thomson. And it's Brown. Brown can't pick the ball up. The ball comes out again. I'll tell you what, there's a fair bit of pressure around the contest here. Ends up with Bayless. Just kick it long, and that's what he does. Out of the contest and in front. Strong mark taken there by Jacker. So Jacker from Thomson, hands on the ground, picks the ball up, handballs out towards Walker. Walker goes into the half-forward line. Forbes is a flyer, but its mark has been taken. It's a great handball goes to Forbes, and this is Hayden Forbes. Steps one, goes to his brother, goes over the top, went looking for McLeod, gets out of trouble, goes backwards, ends up in the hands of Smith, steps around, goes towards goal. Tall Belshton's back there. Mensch, Vanderkluster, Mensch.
Big.
Good body use from the two experienced footballers.
Take your time now.
And Mensch in no hurry. Handball goes out towards Vanderkluster in the back pocket. Go, Grub.
I still reckon Mensch, Bonner and McKenzie could have been reported.
Thank God they're playing Winchelsea. I mean, where are we next week?
Oh, are they?
Are
they?
Kidding. Ball picked up by Stephen McLeod. Kick comes back in. Jackson McLeod has the mark. Told to play on by the umpire. Not too sure why. Must have been touched off the boot. McFarlane from Winch in the best spot. Goes back and misses Season. Handball. Oh, big throw that. It was clear throw. Ends up with Normington. Normington goes a goal. And he will kick his fourth goal of the afternoon. The 10th goal for the Thompsons.
Up again, yeah. He lauded them, that's for sure. Mensch goes up, takes it out of the ruck contest. McLeod in the middle. Bonner kicks it off the ground. That's a throw from Watson. And Winchelsea will take the free kick. Stephen or Bonner. Stephen it is. Stephen's got it. Plays on now from the middle. Goes with the kick. And Lance Melbourne chops it off. Does well. Plays on McLeod. Broken for him, Stephen. Takes the mark at half back in front of Bonner. Chips it over the top to Douglas. Just a nice little chip kick and he takes the mark. Bonner stands the mark. Still at half back. Smith gives him a lead. Thought about there. He's called to play on now. Bonner comes at him. Goes to the left foot now. Sees it in front. Manch. Forbes made up some ground. Luke goes back towards Bowles. He picks it up and then he drops it. Smith's there as well. He's handball. Oh, Brown. Met by Wilson. Stephen in there as well, fighting hard for it. Oh, I smell a punce. I smell a punce. I smell a punce.
He's gonna
there it is. Sitting on top of it was Bowles. And Leake gets the kick from the half-forward position towards full forward. Thomson, kick was smothered. Murphy, handball and chain. Jacker gives it away to Melbourne. Goes towards Steve McLeod over his head and Season. Smith to run onto it. Douglas gives him a shepherd. Gives it away to Steve McLeod. Handballs it to Douglas. He has to wait for McLeod. He gives it to him now. Goes to the right foot kick. There's the siren. Just as they were going forward for another Ford 4-8.
Maybe Forbes, McLeod and Normington should have been reported, maybe.
12-16. Ford Smith doesn't take it with him. Leake goes past him. Bayliss gets back there. Handball. Away to McKenzie at half back. Left foot kick towards half forward. And going up and punching it away nicely was, I think that might have been Kiss. Cross centre wing. Leake's got it. And for Winchelsea, first goal crucial. Goes towards half forward. Long lead. Venables comes out. Sits in the mud. Does well. Handballs it away. Davis misses it though. Jacker gets there for Thomson. His no-look handball backwards was okay. Short little kick. Thomson control the ball. White gives it away by hand. It goes through sets to Bowles and then to Brown. He goes out looking for Steve McLeod. Gets away from Van der Klooster on the cricket pitch area. Goes long towards Forbes. McKenzie against him. Forbes takes the mark at left half forward. He plays on quickly. Left foot kick is okay. Goes towards the square and I think he's found his brother. And Hayden Forbes has taken the mark 10 metres out directly in front. So Thomson, quick chain of handballs in the middle and they got free and got to Luke Forbes at half forward. He turned around, gave it to his brother who should put his first on the board and make the margin 11 points. Jeez, I tell you what, he stabbed at it, but he got it. And very accentuated by the goal umpire too, can I tell you?
Thomson, as the ball goes up in the middle again. Mensch got the tap down on this occasion, but Thomson's starting to win the clearances from the middle here. As they don't, on this occasion, it stacks on the mill. Finally, the ball gets pushed forward for Thomson a little, but just terribly scrappy at the moment. The umpire lets them go, and still he lets them go. And the ball, the pack's rolling for Douglas. Douglas now. The long kick straight down the middle of the ground. Unfortunately, he's kicked it straight to Van der Klooster, who dropped the mark. Comes back for Gardner. Now it's I think Van der Klooster was going to go.
Yeah,
he dropped the footy. He's got the free kick.
He was away. Oh,
so no. Terrible kick from Van der Klooster. Lucks of fortune fell into the arms of Leake. Advantage surely be paid. Comes to Higgins. Higgins now kicks it towards the lead, and that's a good lead from Venables from the full forward position, playing the small forward. Will be a good kick from there. He's man on the mark just inside the 50-metre arc. Venables with the football. And the answering goal here would be just what they need, the Winch side. Moving in. Pretty close to the man on the mark. It's a good-looking kick off the boot. Is it going to get the distance? It is. A fantastic effort. So there's the answering goal from Venables.
Short, I would think.
Back to the middle. Mensch, Bowles, Leake taps it on. Bonner off the half-forward flank. Can't take it with him. Bowles had it, lost it. Still in the middle of the ground in dispute. White, get away. Left foot kick to half forwards. Good. Forbes against McKenzie. Punched away defensively by McKenzie. Comes back. Bowles bowled him. Goes through to White. He gets a clearing kick towards half forward again. Dangerous. McKenzie gets back there first. McLeod pressure on him. Gets half a shepherd. Oh, does nicely. Gets around beautiful to Mensch. Handball back to McKenzie. Behind him, but he had enough time. Drags it around in one hand and goes towards half forward. Towards Donald. At the front. His front and centre was okay, but he couldn't take it with him. Hayden Forbes up. Got it away. They get free through White on centre wing. On the outer side towards half forward. Smith on a long lead. Will it sit for him? It must. It's still in. 50 out from goal. Back towards the hot spot. Thomson come out at McLeod. Left it behind, though. And now they might be away. Winch through Wilson because he's got a bit of time at half back if it sits for him. And he's got Dunkley in front of him, so he plays on, goes with the right foot kick towards half forward. Higgins to go up, punched away, was good. Wilson to run onto it again, attacks the football, keeps it in front, but Jacker the other way, does pretty well, can't take it with him, blind turn, drop the footy. Umpire said play on, goes through to the middle again. Stephen in the middle, bumps and gets tackled, gets the handball free though. Jacker with threw it out the end, the umpire didn't see that. Comes back, leak through the middle, as always, right foot kick, torpedo towards centre half forward, punched away back by Venables, still at half forward, he's wrapped up, not going anywhere, ball in there, the umpire will come in and ball it up. Winchelsea 13-16 to 11-11, punched away by Higgins, close to the boundary line, Davis to run onto it, doesn't take it with him, and the Eastern Reserve.
The car won't get out.
No, the car won't get out. Bowles from the ruck contest, got it away by a hand to O'Donoghue, got it to Douglas, goes with a short little kick to McLeod. Stephen takes the mark, back into the centre wing, chips it over the top, Smith, Mensch, Bates goes at it, Bates wins and gets it across half back to Watson, under pressure from Bonner, torpedo punt, goes wide, looking for Hayden Forbes, might sit for him, coming across also, getting there is season
5, West 9-11, North 13-9, 13-19, Werribee Central 13-10, Corio 7-7, Bannockburn 8-4, Anarchy 19-10, and Belmont Lions 10-10, Inverleigh 7-7.
So it's still on centre wing here from the ruck contest. Leake puts the tackle on. The umpire will come in season 2013. Punch from the ruck contest. And nobody getting it.
Between wing and half forward. Ball, neither ruckman really got a clear tap down. Ball, they're finding it difficult to come out. Davis in there. Finally, it does come out, but kicks straight into Bowles. Bowles handball to Smith. Smith around the corner looking for, finds Forbes, but wearing Mackenzie like a glove there. Misty rain, is it, coming across the ground? It's
yes.
Very, very dull as the ball thrown in. And Winch get the clearance only as far as the middle of the ground, and mark taken in the middle by
Brown.
Brown it was. They go wide again. Thomson retained possession. Where will they go from here? Come back into the corridor looking for, and well, they play on quickly. The ball now kicked inside 50. They're bypassing Van der Klooster in this quarter, using the ball well, but Van der Klooster comes back into the contest, tries to get it out of the pack. So ball now, centre half forward, Mensch. Well, the wind blew the ball right away from the two ruckmen, and now it comes back off, falls well for Winchelsea, goes towards half forward. Murphy pushed under the footy. Now they come back. Venables leads in the race for the footy. Luck is a fortune. He breaks clear with strength. Kick towards full forward. McClure can't take the mark, but at least he gets it toward the boundary. Has he got it over the boundary? No, he hasn't. Well, I think he might have, but the boundary umpire's nowhere to be seen. So the play will continue.
Yeah, no, the goal umpire got it.
So that's good work between the umpires, because the boundary umpire's a long way behind. Boundary umpire now in front of the grandstand over there. They've got a temporary grandstand making quite a bit of noise for the Winchelsea side, I'd suggest.
I think that's
still just inside forward 50. Ball in. McClure doing the ruck work. Comes down Davis. Wins the footy. Handballs it in. Gets it back again. Eludes a couple of tackles. Has to handball. Now Thomson. Get the ball on the turnover. Only as back as far as Van der Klooster, middle of the ground. Takes his time. Picks it up. Hooks it around the body. Oh, he misses the Thomson.
Boundary throw in. Right half forward. Bowles can't get it down, but it comes to Thomson in the ruck contest. Falls out towards Venables. Oh, uses the strength. Gets it away to Stephen. Gets slung as he gets the kick away, and Davis falls over and takes the mark at centre half forward. 50 out from goal, directly in front. So,
rain getting heavier, isn't it?
Rain is getting a bit heavier here. 17 points of difference. And Ben Davis has a shot for his first. He's kicked one behind this afternoon. This to make the margin 24 points. Is that right? 23 points. Good maths. 23 points. He comes in, 50 out. He's made it 18 points the difference. Has he just? 3 for 1 behind. Judy's again. Goes towards half back. Big pack. Babs there through the middle. Van der Kloester. Massive thump away through the hands of Bowles. Brown's there. Handball. Got it away to Melbourne. His handball to Jacker. Chopped off by Leake. Back towards Jacker. Threw it out in the end to Gardner. He tried to shuffle it back to Bowles. Went through his hands. Comes back into the middle. And Dunkley ripped off the football. Mensch back there. Short little handball was okay. They got it out wide to Venables. By himself on half forward. 50 out. Nobody around him. Sets it up. Right foot kick. Goes for goal and misses. 3 for 1 behind. 1 goal 3. His tally.
To bring the football back in. What do they do, Dale? Need to go down the middle, don't they?
Oh, yeah. I think everything's now just direct football. Play on it. I've been playing it at all costs, but they need to get a transfer of play right down the middle of the ground. Yeah, take it on.
Umpire's called a shepherd in the marking contest there. The free kick's gone to Bowles from the kick in. So outside the 50, he chips it forward. The lead has come forward from Smith. He takes the mark, goes back. They need to continue, I suppose, Dale, the run-on play, don't they? That seems to be the thing that's worrying Winch more than anything. Now they've kicked the ball to a contested player thrown to the ground after the kick. It could have almost been down the ground. Oh, Leake was called out, I think, by... Could nearly be free kick there. In fact, he was for one. He should have been free kick for the charge.
Well, that's...
And now, if the umpire is fair dinkum, that's 50. Terrific effort there. So that Winch now to the contest. Oh, the two Thomson boys have collided very, very heavily. Donald took the mark in between the two players. All the Thomson players are going into defence. As Donald now comes in. Be a huge kick to get anywhere near it. It's a huge kick. It's a huge kick from outside 50. Brodie Donald has kicked the goal. What a fantastic effort. That's his 4th.
He went back and told Corey Norrington, you're 60 metres out, mate. You're not going to kick it. And he kicked.
Geez, way he kicked that ball. Magnificent.
Mensch in the middle again. Falls, though, towards White. Picks it up. Oh, he got his head absolutely ripped off by Wilson. Handballs it away quickly to Jackson McLeod. Right foot kick. Lead on from Luke Forbes. McKenzie. And front and centre was Smith. Goes back to get the ball. 50 out from goal. Wheels one way. Then wheels the left. Goes back towards Bab. The big Babwa taps it on towards Jackson McLeod again. Under pressure by Leake. Wrapped him up. Dropped the footy. Still in dispute at half forward. Getting around Bonner. Wheels. Right foot kick to centre wing. Sawney in front. Takes the mark on his chest. Just holds it up, settles the play down. Higgins gives him a lead. He chips it over the top, though, to Venables. Oh, well, he chipped in the middle to Jacker, who was from Thomson. He handballed it to Jackson McLeod in the middle. Jacker follows it up, gives it back to him. The don't argue on to Leake. And he's paid a trip.
Anyway, he's going to stop him.
Well, he plays on. He didn't go behind the mark. Hang on a minute. He was 6 metres in front of the mark and then tried to play on Sam Jacker. He has to come back and play over his mark, which is Andrew Leake standing on centre wing on the outer side.
Hang on, move him on, come on.
So, goes now. Long towards half forward. Forbes on a lead. McKenzie. Mensch gets back there. Forbes couldn't take the mark in the end. Couldn't stick it. McKenzie got it away to Bayliss to Van der Kloester. Down the line towards centre wing. Jacker. Higgins from behind, but Jacker should be able to take the mark and does. And just settles the play down. You got Melbourne back in the middle. He thought about it, but Venables came across pretty quick. He goes down the line. Very wide to Smith. And, in fact, out of bounds on the full. Mensch gave him a 5-2. Look, the old soldier just put the mouth guard back in.
I think he caught one in the end of the nose then.
He did. I think he did too. And it's a bit cold out there. So he runs down off the hill and he runs on. He gets a shepherd from Bonner and he plays on, kicks it long towards centre wing. Higgins goes up, Jacker early, off the back of the pack. McLeod, Stephen, got it away, close to the boundary line. Stephen McLeod goes back to get it again. White gets the kick around the corner, back towards a vacant centre wing position. Smith runs onto it, handball, back inboard to McLeod. Left foot kick to half forward, over the back. Forbes, 4th in line, goes up, can't take the mark. Van der Kloester through the middle. Bonner's there as well. At centre half forward for Thomson. Bonner tried to get it out. He does now. Back towards the Thomson forwards. Normington fighting hard for it. Pack develops. The umpire may come in. And ball it up to Winch. 11-11-77. Thomson. And the ball spills from the ruck contest to McLeod, who runs in. Jackson, 40 metres out, and he misses on his left foot there. So he's kicked. Holden Blood Suzuki final quarter scoreboard, 18.5 minutes played.
North 14-22, West 10-11. Progress score there.
So Mensch tries to use his strength there, and ball comes over the back, leaked to Van der Klooster, slipped back inside, went looking for McFarlane, ended up in the hands there of Higgins, went back outside, Van der Klooster by himself, steady on the left foot this time, goes into the forward line. Mark, good mark there by Venables, comes out. He's been good in the second half. His first quarter I saw, he fumbled the ball a bit, but his second half's been excellent. And the ball comes back in, and Dunkley has taken the mark now for the Winchelsea side. And he's about 50 metres out from goal.
Geez, they must have pot shots at Thursday night from training from this spot, because they're all pretty confident, aren't they?
Pretty popular. They went back. Turned his back from the plays. One thing I really hate, but that's a fact of life. Ball comes in. Dunkley kicks towards goal. It's going across. It's not going to be a goal. A mark in the square. All three just in the goal line, but it's been dropped by McClure and through for a minor score. 14-19 to Winchelsea, 11 goals, 12. And time's now ticking strongly against the Thomson side. How long we gone, Eric?
19 and a half
minutes. Ball ends up in the forward pocket, ends up in there with Wright. Runs around, goes inside. Dangerous kick. The kick was good when the handball back again. So he continues to run down the field. Kicks in towards centre wing. Ball's in the air. Mark's not taken at ground level. The ball's picked up. While Jeremy Seasons tackles a little bit high. Winchelsea avoided the luxury of playing on. No, Thomson will be called back. And the free kick goes to Gardner. So Gardner has the ball. Quick hands, and that's what they've been doing most of the day. Went to Smith, now looking for Forbes. Can't take the mark. McKenzie does well, brings the ball to ground. Forbes quick to recover, doesn't have it. Handball was fed out the back, kick forward. Ends up in the half, right deep in the forward line. Picked up there, and it's by Higgins. Kicks out of defence, and only as far as Jacker of Thomson. Short kick, went forward, found Smith. Picked up by McFarlane. There's a tackle that was. Went forward. Oh, Mensch, I think he might have scragged Forbes there. Should have been a free kick, but McKenzie comes out. Nice kick. Went looking for Van der Klooster. A bit much weight on it. Went to Sawney. Handballs back to Van der Klooster. Running player inside. Was ignored. On the left foot. Goes in. Looking for McClure, and the mark has been taken. He plays on now. Goes quickly into the forward line. Kick wasn't good coming off the boot. Murphy leads in the race for the ball. Also there is Venables. Picked up there by Thompson.
Oh, great tackle.
And contest. Deep into the Winchelsea attack. Nobody gets an effective tap. Fresh air shot from Wilson. Leake got it away to Sawney towards full forward. McClure close to the boundary line in the left forward pocket. Stephen gets across there, tapped away towards Stephen McLeod. A good pick up, and the don't argue. Got rid of the kick towards half back, close to the boundary line. Sawney comes in against Smith, the two number 23s. It'll be a boundary throw in. Boundary throw in. And it's Higgins up against Bowles. Bowles gets it down. Rain tumbling down even heavier now. Bonner keeps his feet in the ruck contest towards Leake. Bonner again over the top of it. Umpire says play on. Bonner close to the boundary line. I think he'd be happy to see it over.
Whole sway. Winchelsea as the ball thrown in. True centre wing out of side. Punch forward by Higgins doing some ruck work in this quarter. Lovely handball inside to Sawney. Picked up for Winch. Go towards the full forward position. McClure in the contest, but can't bend down and pick up the footy. Thompson do so, goes towards the lead of Forbes, and that's Hayden Forbes. Takes the mark, centre of the ground. Got to run on. Handballs into trouble. Good work by Susan. That's surely got to be in the back. He's driven him right head first into the ground. Now the umpire is going to ball it up. Free kick as the ball, centre of the ground. Babs gets the tap down. Picked up by Stephen. Kick off a step, goes through everyone. Murphy fell into his arms. Now he chips it, looking for Venables in the forward pocket. Can he pick it up? He can. He's carted over the boundary line. And in fact, the ball doesn't go over. And Thompson, they get in each other's way there. It's picked up by McLeod. Does the don't argue. Gets the ball across into the middle of the ground. Thompson got numbers there. Take the mark. Babs being helped off the ground as the ball goes to half forward. Jackson McLeod can't take the footy. Matheson does well for the Winch side. Picked up a handball to Bayliss. Bayliss to the middle of the ground, and Higgins takes the mark and wastes all the time he needs now. Has Susan middle of the ground all on his own. Takes a strong mark. Strong contest there. Susan there. Sue's Mensch running past. Mensch, the long kick. He knows where it's got to go. Goes towards the half forward. Falls clear of the pack. Venables. Tackle without the footy. Play on, said the umpire. I think they've lost their whistles in this last quarter as the ball comes towards centre wing. On the ground is Young. Can't take the mark. the kick. It's cold, it's wet, and two Thomson players run into one another. Picked up by Susan, gets the ball towards half forward, over the head of the players back there. There's some tired players out there now as we go past 24 and a half minutes. Ball comes back to the middle of the ground.
So the ball ends up with Sawney. He's tackled, brought down in the contest, picked up there by McLeod. That's Stephen. Flipped the ball out, only as far as player there in Davis. Davis goes back looking for Leake, went back to Davis. Davis, they can't pick the ball up in the middle of the ground. Now it's Wilson, little kick off the ground, ends up. Player Thompson picks the ball up, goes forward. Watson into the half forward line. McLeod by himself in space, has pressure now arriving. Can't get the handball around the corner, does so. Good interception there from McKenzie. Goes back, McLeod's also in there. Players are getting pretty tired. There's a fair few errors coming up, but the rain's not going to help, obviously. McKenzie kicks into his own man, goes back towards Forbes, tries to get around, tried to take them all on and couldn't get out of the contest. Picked up by Leake, fed over the top towards Van der Klooster. Experienced, good body, runs through the contest and gets through. Half forward line by himself. Murphy, good, has to take the mark, can't do it. Player comes out, kicks. That was throwing the ball umpire. Picked up, allowed to run on Sawney, goes towards goal and kick is offline through for a minor score.
Looks like we could be seeing history, couldn't we?
We could.
First final ever.
Yeah, in the GDFL. He kicks in straight to the coach. Mensch takes the mark, little left foot kick towards Higgins, who took the mark, ran on 20 metres, but has to come back and will shoot for goal from 50 out directly in front.
They'll probably kick it from there too, like the way they're going there.
Yes, Winchelsea have never played finals in the league before, and barring a mishap at the Western Oval, it will be Winchelsea into the finals next week against Werribee Centrals. Van der Klooster coming off. They think they got it, I think. So coming off for a couple of minutes rest at the end.
Well, it's nearly 27 minutes.
He comes in now. He's kicked 2 goals, 3 today. Left foot kick. Has it got the distance? I reckon it got touched by his own man.
His own player.
Yeah. Suzuki final quarter scoreboard, 27 minutes played.
Kiss, the long kick in, went to Mensch, didn't take the mark, taps at the ground, gets a handball back, tries to kick around the corner, smothered off the boot in the middle of the ground. McLeod has the footy, he's wrapped up. Umpire will call for the football as we've now ticked past 27 minutes. 105 plays 78. It's all over here, I'd suggest. There's Winch now. McLeod picks it up for Thompson, runs through the middle of the ground towards half forward. Contest back there, picked up for Winchelsea by Holmes. He's tackled. Comes back again, can't get the footy clear. Gee, it's hard to see them now. It's very, very dark here at Winchelsea as the rain's coming down, and the ball is at half forward for Thompson. Player Holmes almost ridden into the ground. Ball does finally come out as Normington for Thompson, can't pick it up. Holmes tries to, stacks on the mill. Ball comes out, picked up by, that was Davis for the Winch side, kicks to the middle of the ground. Now we've got a foot race. The freshest legs will win, and they are on the body of Dunkley. Goes towards full forward. Nobody back there but Kiss for Thompson. Ball kicked into White. White plays on. They've caused a mistake. Now the chance for Winch again to score. Handball comes out wide. Kick forward towards half forward. Curlin can't take the mark, but he's crowded the contest, and that's fantastic. Now there's a whistle on play, advantage paid. Thompson run on this time through O'Donoghue, kick toward full forward as the contest there comes to ground. Thompson there, can they get a late goal? Stacks on the mill. It's 29 minutes gone, 14-21 Winch. Thompson 11-12.
So the ball's kicked forward by Smith, goes into the half forward line. Forbes comes out, can't take the mark. The clearance work's going to be done there through Winchelsea, and it's Stephen. Goes in the left foot, goes looking towards the centre of the ground. Venables in contest there with Brown. Brown it is that wins the Coles up possession.
Oh, there
Siren
it is.
sounds. And Andrew Lake thinks it.
From all around Geelong.